The most important factor that I would say is don't try to change other people. As Pujya Swamiji was just saying, we're always trying to change others. Now, the first piece to realize about that is it's actually impossible. You cannot actually ever change anybody else. The most that you can ever get is behavior modification, meaning my child's room is dirty. Drives me crazy. Every time I walk by the door, I see that their clothes are on the floor. I have a screaming temper tantrum. Okay. So my child has learned to pick their clothes up because they don't want mom to have a screaming temper tantrum. But the truth is, the reason I have a temper tantrum, the reason it drives me crazy, has nothing to do with a sweater or a pair of pants. I mean, if I go to the department store to buy clothes and somebody has left some clothes they tried on the floor, I'm not going to have a temper tantrum. It's not the clothes themselves. It's that in my mind, I've gone out, I've bought them these clothes, I've worked hard, my husband, their father has worked hard, we've given them these things. The fact that they're on the floor means they don't respect me. They don't respect my time, my energy. So really what this whole thing is about has nothing to do with sweaters and pants and jackets, and everything to do with me not feeling valued or respected. Now, my screaming temper tantrums every time I see their clothes on the floor, don't make them value me. I mean, has anybody here ever started to respect someone more because they started yelling at you? I mean, has it ever happened that someone screams and you think, oh, now I really respect that person? Right? I mean, it's actually the opposite. They scream and we're thinking, oh my God, when are they going to shut up, right? But what we do is we understand by picking up this sweater, mom will not have a fit. So you get behavior modification, but that's not what we're looking for. If your husband forgets your anniversary year after year after year, and every year you have a fit, and finally, he hires a secretary, a special secretary, whose job it is only to remind him of your birthday, of your anniversary. So now it's your anniversary. He shows up home with chocolate and flowers. But you know, it's only because he's got this brand new secretary who made sure that it all happened. Are you happy about it? I mean, because it's not the chocolate and flowers. It's he should remember. He should love me. He should value me. Forgetting my birthday, forgetting our anniversary means he doesn't value me. It means he doesn't love me. The fact that he's now got a secretary who reminded him 10 times it's your anniversary, who personally went out and bought the chocolate and flowers, that didn't change anything. So it's not fulfilling inside. And the reason that I give you these two examples is in both cases, we think that what we want is something outside. We think that what's bothering us is something outside. He forgot the anniversary. Yeah, the room is dirty. But really what it is it's how they feel, how they think, how they live. That's what we want to change. And you'll never change that. It is absolutely, this is an important rule of thumb for the new year. You cannot ever, ever, ever change another person. And by trying to do that which is impossible, I actually render all of the great potential in my life not happening. Because I become annoyed, irritated, angry, frustrated, criticizing, condemning, judging, because I want you to change. And every time you don't change, every time you do that thing that annoys me, I judge, I criticize, I get hurt, I get angry. That becomes my nature. Which means that all of this incredible potential that I have in all these other areas of my life, I'm not actually able to fulfill, because the very nature of who I am has been warped in this fruitless effort to do the impossible. And why do we want to change other people? Why do we want to I mean, the people we want to change are never people we don't know. I mean, very few of us are kept up all night long thinking about how we're going to change, the checkout clerk at the grocery store on our corner, or how we're going to change, the person we see on the bus every day. That doesn't keep us up at night. We don't really care. I mean, it may occur to us temporarily, but that's not what eats us up. What eats us up is those who are supposed to be our loved ones, our children, our spouses. And the reason we want to change them is what? Why do we want to change them anyway? Anybody, why do we want to change them? We want to feel respected, absolutely. But when they're doing something that annoys us, what do we tell them? That we want them to change for them, right? Very few of us say, well, I want you to change for me. It's, I want you, particularly with our children, I want you to change for you. This is for your own good. This is the right way. Whether it's with our spouses, whether it's our children, whether it's our in-laws, whoever it is. Very few people say, well, the way you're doing it is actually really right, but I'd still like you to do it my way even though it's wrong just because I like it better. We say, I need you to change because how I want you to do it is right. And if we can take something into the new year, take into the new year the possibility that there might be another right way to do something. That just because we have a vision of how we think it's right, doesn't mean we have a monopoly on rightness. My dad is a divorce attorney in Los Angeles and has spent decades doing nothing from morning till evening except getting people divorced. And he has a teaching. He's actually an amazing, amazing man. Perhaps seeing other people's misery all day long has made him figure out very easily how to not have it in his life. But he's got a beautiful teaching for people who are just getting married. And the teaching is, you have only two choices. You can either be right or you can be married. And whether it's a spouse, whether it's your children, whether it's your parents, whether it's in-laws, whether it's a close friend, the question we have to ask ourselves is it more important to me to be right, or is it more important to me to be in love? So to take that one thing, make a commitment that being in love is more important than being right. Because being in love is the most right thing you can do. Being in love is what actually has the power to change things. Being right doesn't change anything. Being love, and I don't mean just romantic love, whoever you love. Being love in general. Because when you love, you exude love. People around you feel love. And just make a resolution that from now on, I'm not going to try to change others. If I can change myself, fantastic, it's a bonus, 2 for 1. But if I can't, at least I'll stop trying to change others.